please.
Elections have consequences. For the last 4 years, we have seen the most radical experiment in open borders this nation has ever seen. There are many reasons the American people showed up in overwhelming numbers to vote to re-elect Donald Trump, to elect a Republican majority in the Senate, to re-elect a Republican majority in the House, but there was no reason more front and center than the open borders of the last 4 years. And I have to say, I think there were a number of us wondering, did any of the Democrats in Congress learn anything from the election? And the existence of this hearing makes very clear the answer is no.
What's up, America? Welcome back to America Patriots, the channel where freedom rings louder than my uncle's bald eagle ringtone, and where we react to the wildest, boldest, and most you can't make this up political moments happening in our country today. Before we jump in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button like it's election day, and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Not only does it help the channel grow, it also tells YouTube you're a proud patriot who loves America more than a gas station loves raising prices. And trust me, we've got a lot to talk about, so you're going to want to stick around.
We've seen 12 million people come into this country illegally under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. My home state of Texas has seen more than any state in the country. There is a reason that the Rio Grande Valley, which has been Democrat for over 100 years, flipped red this election. Because when your home is invaded by more than 12 million people, it changes your voting patterns. Every single day, we have seen Americans murdered. We have seen women raped. We have seen children brutalized by criminal illegal aliens released deliberately by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. The numbers are staggering. According to ICE, as of July 21st, 2024, nearly 650,000 criminal illegal aliens were currently on ICE's non-detained docket, which means they've been released. They're wandering around, they're free. And of those 650,000, 14,944 have been convicted of homicide. You want to know what mass deportation is? Those 14,944 better pack their bags right now. Because with a new administration, we're going to show up, we're going to arrest you, and we are going to deport you. 20,061 have been convicted of sexual assault. Now, I want you to ask of my Democrat colleagues, and it is striking that virtually none of them are here. That is reflected in their conduct because they are silent and putting their head in the sand as to the human tragedies. But what resident of what blue state says, you know what, America's better off with 20,000 rapists being released into this country? 105,146 have been convicted of assault. I would ask my Democrat colleagues if they were here, why the hell today does the Biden administration not go and arrest every one of these criminals and deport them? What rational world says America's better off with more criminals? And these are not just statistics. Ms. Moran, thank you for being here. The country grieves the loss of your daughter. Your daughter was beautiful. She was a mom who I know loved her kids. And she's not with us today. She was raped and murdered because this administration chose to release a violent criminal into America. Your daughter should still be alive. And every one of these victims should still be alive. Laken Riley, a name that the Democrats on this committee can't bring themselves to utter, should still be alive. And in my hometown of Houston, Jocelyn Nungry, I've gotten to know Jocelyn's mother, Alexis, very well. Ms. Moran, like you, Alexis is incredibly brave. I cannot imagine the pain I'm a father. To lose your child, no parent should have to bury their child. Children should bury their parents, not the other way around. It is wrong what happened to you. But I want to say to you, thank you for having the courage to tell Rachel's story. I would understand if you just curled up in a ball and cried. But, and I'm sure you have wept a lot of tears. But thank you for having the courage to tell Rachel's story. And I want to say, if there is anything that is a mandate from this election, it is to end this insanity, stop these murders, stop these rapes, stop these assaults, protect our citizens. And Ms. Moran, I just want to give you the opportunity at the end of my questioning to share from your perspective why this matters, why we should stop releasing criminals into America.
In order to prepare for this hearing, I was actually looking at statistics over the last couple of days. And most of the rape and murder statistics by illegal immigrants are actually against children.
Yeah.
And to me, that's astounding. I don't know how many people here have children or grandchildren, but can you imagine your 7, 8, 9-year-old daughter being forcibly raped by a stranger, sometimes multiple times? This is the culture, and I realize it's not all immigrants, but this is the culture that they come from, this kind of violence. They grow up in it in their countries. To them, it's just part of what they've known for their lives. But to bring that criminal culture into America, it's destroying our families. I know of women in my hometown that have come up to me because they know I'm Rachel's mom and say to me, some guy just ran up behind me and tried to pull me down to the ground, and if it wasn't for the fact that I could fight him off and run to a store to call the police, I might not be here. And in one incident, that man had attacked 7 other women.
Wow.
Why are we allowing this? And then the women and children that are raped, and because they're so ashamed of what's happened to them, how they've been so violated, they don't say anything. So the numbers are grossly underestimated, I believe, as far as the crimes that are happening in our country.
Thank
and
you.
I think we need to stop this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the witnesses appearing before the committee today. There are obviously many questions asked about the mass deportation proposal.
All right, folks. Today we're reacting to a video that had me raising my eyebrows so high they almost filed for asylum. We've got a U.S. Senator going off like he just drank 3 Red Bulls and remembered he left his truck running outside. He's laying out some serious accusations about the border crisis under the Biden administration. Claims of millions of illegal crossings, massive crime issues, and communities feeling overwhelmed. Again, this is his claim, not me stating it as verified fact. But we're reacting to the moment, and boy was a moment. And let me tell you, watching this felt like watching your dad finally say what everybody at the dinner table was thinking, but didn't want to say in front of grandma. He goes full fire and brimstone, talking about border chaos, safety concerns, and how communities, especially in Texas, feel like they're on the front lines. And look, whether you agree with every number he throws out or not, it's obvious a man came ready to talk about the consequences he believes we're facing. Now, you all know me. I'm a right-wing patriot. I love this country enough to stand for the anthem, even when my back crackles like bubble wrap. And I've been saying this for years. A country without a secure border is like trying to lock your front door while leaving all the windows open. We need order. We need safety. We need sanity. That doesn't mean we hate anybody. That doesn't mean we blame everyone who crosses a border. Most people in the world just want safety and opportunity. God bless them, but government policy? That's fair game to criticize. And if policies aren't keeping Americans safe, then yeah, people are going to speak up loudly, patriotically, and with a whole lot of caffeine, apparently, now. One of the most emotional parts of this video was when the senator spoke to a mother who lost her daughter in a horrific crime. This is heartbreaking. No politics, no jokes, just tragedy. And hearing her speak, I felt that as a parent. No family should ever suffer something like that. No matter where someone comes from, criminals should never be released into communities, period. That's not controversial. That's basic common sense. We must protect American families. We must enforce our laws. And we must make sure that when someone is dangerous, they're not wandering around free like they're on a sightseeing tour. Now look, y'all already know where I stand. I support Donald Trump's team because at least they talk about securing the border like they actually mean it. You can love Trump or not, but you can't deny the man treats the border like it's the front door to Fort Knox. And honestly, I kind of like that energy. And to the folks who say America shouldn't deport people who commit violent crimes, my brother in Christ, what are we doing? You break the law, harm innocent people, and you think you get a free pass because, why? Feelings? Nah, not in this household. This is America. We have laws for a reason, and if we don't enforce them, they're just fancy suggestions. But let me be crystal clear. We're talking about criminals, not everyday people seeking a better life. No hate, no generalizations. Just common sense expectations for public safety that literally every country in the world has, including the ones people are fleeing from. And you know what? The senator made one point I actually laughed out loud at. Because it's true whether you're a Republican, Democrat, or someone who just watches politics like it's a reality TV show. Every election has consequences. Sometimes big ones. Sometimes expensive ones. Sometimes your property taxes just went up ones. And sometimes, why is there a dude with a machete in my backyard? Ones. So yeah, elections matter. And people are waking up to that. All right, Patriots. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget, subscribe so you never miss a video. Like so this gets pushed to more freedom lovers like you. Comment because I actually read them and half of them are funnier than anything on cable news. Tell me what you think. Is the senator overreacting? Underreacting? Or reacting exactly like the rest of America wishes Congress would? This is America Patriots, signing off, where we stand for the flag, stand for the truth, and stand with snacks during commercial breaks, because let's be honest, we could all use the cardio. God bless you. God bless your families. And God bless the United States of America.